Okay, we're going to now call this meeting to order. Ms. Morgan, will you please call roll? Here.
Vice Chair Price.
Here.
Mr. Barrett.
Here.
Here. Ms. Davis. Here. Ms. Kirkpatrick.
Okay, you're kind of fading in and out just a little bit, so. Okay. We do not have any, we don't have any minutes to approve, do we?
Yeah,
We do? Okay.
We have a lot of minutes.
Where are they?
They were in the pack.
Okay,
Here.
thank you.
We got January, February.
Geez, where was I?
Yeah, where have you been?
I don't know. Okay, Elisa, do we need to approve these separately, or can we approve them as a grouping? Okay. Is there a motion that we approve the minutes from January, February, and July of 2012?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye, and the minutes are approved. Okay, we do not have any old business. How about that?
Madam Chairman, I'd like to clarify that there were two sets of minutes for February 8th, and February, I'm sorry. I just wanted to, 7th, February 7th, I just want to clarify that we are approving both of those
minutes.
February minutes.
Yes, thank you. Okay, we have 3 orders of new business today. The first one that we are going to discuss is a certificate of appropriateness for an alteration patio enclosure at 136 West Main Street. And if you'll come on up and sign in with Elisa, and then we will get started. Thank you for coming today. If you will just kind of give us an overview of what you are wanting to do, and then we will have the opportunity to ask you any questions, if that's okay.
All right. As most of y'all know, I've got a patio on the back of my business, an open patio that's been there since I bought the building. I'm planning on, I've got a bunch of old 15 light doors, old, like I put on the front of my building. I've got a bunch of old lighted doors, a bunch of columns, a bunch of beams, and I'm going to close in the outside with the doors and windows. I've got a bunch of old transoms. Did y'all get the pictures? Okay. I just want to give y'all some pictures of what I have. And what I want to do is close it in, and I'm going to get like a motel heating and cooling unit, and have heating and cooling on cold days, hot days, whatever. But otherwise, I'm going to leave the doors open, you know. And then I'll, let's see, what else? That's about it, I think. I mean, there's really no plan except what I drew up. And I've just got to pull the doors out, which if I got to find, 4 doors that match for the side lights, and then 1 main door, and then some transoms that'll fit above it. And that's it.
Okay, are there any questions, Mr. Price?
What about the front, the removal of in the front, the awning and the...
Okay, that was an old one. Greg.
Oh, this is an old one?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
an
I'm
old
sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't get it today.
Right.
So.
Yeah, they just included previous submissions.
It was a previous one. I'm sorry.
So will the shed part of it come down completely, or it'll stay there and you close it?
Right, let's stay there. No, the shed is still,
Closing in what's
already there, right.
Gotcha.
And you have enough room, I mean, it's that high, it didn't appear that high to me, to put the windows and all in the top here?
Right, it's, I hadn't measured exactly, but there's plenty of room to put some type of lighted transom above the doors. I'm gonna put when I start going through my stuff in my barn, I'll get the most amount of light I can get in there. But all of them are old windows and old doors. On the inside, which I know y'all don't care about, but I'm gonna put old columns I've got and old beams. I've got a bunch of old interior doors I'm gonna put on the inside.
Will these all be fixed in place, or would you hinge them so you could leave it
I'm gonna
open
try to have
again?
them here so I can have it, so I can, like the side trans, I got some side trans, some of them are, oh gosh, 18 inches, 24 inches by 6 feet, 10 feet. I want to hinge those on that one side. If you're looking at the side on the right-hand side, I want to have that so I can open it. You know, I still want it to be a patio. I mean, obviously, it'll be a patio. I get people to call who want to have parties or gatherings outside, which I don't want to commit to do if it's going to be raining, or it's going to be too cold, or too hot, or whatever. So I don't, if they're going to do it on a Friday or Saturday night and want me to close down, I don't do that.
Will be facing Tickner,
Correct.
facing that street, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Madam Chair. Those open spaces, but what are you gonna put there when you put the doors in? What kind of material are you gonna
You
use?
mean between the doors?
But, you gonna put the doors, but there's gotta be, you gonna put metal or what?
Oh, no. I'm gonna put wood, wood, and then I'm gonna stain it. About like, I mean, I've got some already up there. So I took a picture of what's already there. Let's see if I can show you what's already there.
You know, the siding, I was wondering
Yeah,
what kind of
yeah,
siding.
that's right.
But you're going to close the holes, close up all the holes, so you can.
Correct, so I can heat and cool it.
Yeah,
Correct.
right.
I'm still a little bit confused. The existing building now, it looks like almost a fence wall, and then you've got this space up here. And what will be
That'll be-
there?
Let me show you.
I'm looking at this picture, which would be on the right side, correct?
See these transoms here? Those long transoms? I got a bunch of those. I'm gonna
Okay.
use that on that one, the other side.
Okay, are there any other questions at this time? Okay, you can have a seat. Is there a motion to be made?
I'd like to make a motion that we grant a certificate of appropriateness to Uncle Mix as requested.
Okay, a motion has been made. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye, and it is passed. So thank you very much, and we look forward to seeing the results. Thank you. Bye-bye. Have a good day. Okay, Chad, if you want to come on up and sign in, we're going to go a little bit out of order. I'm sure you don't mind being bumped to the top a little bit. He's got to stay with us, so he's all right. Okay, Commissioners, we are going to number 3, a certificate of appropriateness for an alteration or a deck enclosure at 236 Wetumpka Street. Richard and Peggy Allen are the homeowners, and Chad Wood is here to petition for the owners. So it'll be under number 3. And Chad, if you will just tell us exactly what you want to do, the materials used, and then, like with Uncle Mick, we'll have the opportunity to ask you any questions, okay?
What Mr. Allen has now on his rear elevation of his house, he has an 18-foot by 16-foot deck. The deck comes off of a gable off the back of rear of his home. He wants to enclose that and make him a screened-in porch. And the way we designed it is to basically box in a screen door and put in window frames out to match the windows on the house. The windows on the house are framed out in 1x6 around, and we're going to have basically a 2-foot knee wall that goes all the way around, and it will be done in the siding to match the house. The siding that is on the house is an old 4-inch lap with the grain. Marshall Lumber is going to mill me to match the existing siding. It'll all be painted to match the exterior of the house. The siding will match. The frames where the screens will be in the window areas will all be framed out to match the same frames around the windows that are on the house now. The only difference is they'll be screens as opposed to windows. The gable is going to be a 4-on-12, which on the left side, on the rear of his house, he has another gable coming out that is a 4-on-12. We're going to match it. We're going to match the shingles on the house to match the same. The interior of the screened-in porch will also be done the same as the outside. It'll have the siding inside to match because the one interior wall, since it's built off the house, will be the lap side and a window. He's adding 2 ceiling fans in it. There will be 4 outlets added in the screened-in porch area. And that's pretty much it.
That was pretty thorough. Thank you, Chad. I know it'll take just a moment for us
fine.
to gather our thoughts, but if you have any questions for Mr. Wood at this time.
Just a comment, the footprint will be the same.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
How did you say it was going to be attached to the house, the back?
We're going to tie into the back wall. Right now, there are 2 exterior lanterns hanging on that back gable. We're going to move to the end of our gable, but we're going to tie right into the existing gable about 3 foot shy of it. We're going to be a little bit lower than the one that's there because it's 22 feet in the air. But we're going to come in below it, and the gable will tie right back into the house. And like I said, when on the interior, if you walk into the interior of the screened-in porch, we're going to tie the siding in just on the inside, just like it is on the outside, and it's all going to be painted. Ceiling underneath, he wants to match the same as his ceiling on his front wraparound porch. So we're matching all of it to look exactly like the house does.
Okay, are there any other questions? You can have a seat. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, since there were no further questions, I presume that there is a motion to be made by one of the commissioners.
I make a motion that we issue a certificate of appropriateness as presented for 236 Wetumpka Street.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Chair votes aye, and it has been approved. Thank you. Have a good day. Thank you. Bye-bye. Okay, now at this time, I believe Mr. Gray is going to recuse himself.
Bring your scraps. His wood.
His mold.
Well, that can get some eliminated, doesn't it? He didn't bring his.
Okay, for the record, this is a request for a certificate of appropriateness for an alteration repair at 103 North Washington Street. Gray Price is the petitioner. And Mr. Price, if you will just take a moment to explain to the commissioners what you would like to do, and then we will have the opportunity to ask you questions.
Okay. Basically, I want to repair the damaged molding and fascia on the back part of my house that you can see on, well, I didn't number the pages. It's where the sun porch is. That's where most of the damage is, up at the top, and you can see a close-up of some of the damage, either squirrels or bees or something got to it. And what I wanted to do was repair that, which would have been okay, but the person doing could not find the same type of trim, molding that was there. So what I wanted to do, there's 3 different kinds of molding around that house. None of it's original that I can determine. But in the front, and so I was going to replace the entire molding around the house, take down that didn't match, and replace it with what was on the front porch. That's the front there. That's the type of molding. It's a little different. It's I think he said it was called I think he said cave in. The bottom was cave in instead of a square cut, which you can't see it from the road. I mean, unless you have binoculars. Do what? Yeah, if you come by with binoculars. But that's probably more original because the front molding is what I'm going to replace around the whole house, what's in the front of the house. So it's already there. Well, Harry Barnes used to use binoculars to drive around my house with his orange hat on.
And that will be on YouTube soon, Gray. Okay,
I will recluse myself if y'all go ahead and have questions.
Okay, we have done that appropriately, right, Elisa? Okay, are there any questions for Mr. Price? Okay, if there are no questions, is there a motion?
I've got to move. I've got to recluse myself.
I thought we already did that.
I have to leave.
Oh, okay, goodbye. Go ahead. Okay.
Oh, now we can talk about it.
It'll still be on YouTube. Okay, is there a motion to be made at this time?
I make a motion that we issue a certificate of appropriateness for the property at 103 North Washington Street as proposed.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor say aye. Aye. Chair votes aye, and it is passed. There you go. Okay. We approved you, Mr. Price. Yes, you can. Yeah. Okay, I don't think there's any further. Oh, we do have.
I have a couple of questions.
Okay, hold on. Elisa, do you know what this is under miscellaneous? You know what it is?
That's just one of the, according to the amendment that you all made to your review guides, this is one sign that was approved in office.
But we
by the
don't have to
staff.
do anything.
No, just
I think it's the one at our church, the historic marker.
Okay.
I believe it.
It says historic marker.
It's in front of our church. We're going to dedicate. The 100th year is minus 1 day, plus 1 day is. We're in that location this Sunday, so if you want to come to
Oh, neat.
so,
Okay.
But it's 170 years old, the congregation, but
But in that location.
in that location.
Oh, that's nice. Okay, Miss Kirkpatrick.
Yes, I have a couple of notes. The dog groomer sign has not yet been brought into compliance on First Street, has it? The dog groomer sign has not yet been brought into compliance, and I don't know what we need to do about
Okay,
it.
so we'll make a note of that, Elisa, and at least talk to Joel and see what's going on with that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
anything else?
And the other thing is the historic marker sign on Wetumpka Street needs to be brought back, had the tree pruned around it. Is that in our jurisdiction or not?
I'm sure that Mr. Duke would like to take care of that for us.
It
And
needs
so
to
Ms.
be
Morgan will
taken
instruct
care
him to do that.
Okay.
The one on,
The district sign. And that tree really needs to be cut back. It's on Zeta's property, so I think it's right away.
okay, anything else? Well, just so you know, Joel and I or Mr. Duke and I spoke yesterday, and the property that Lane Easterling owns, I don't know if you all have noticed that they're doing some not remodeling, I wouldn't say, but they're doing some repairs, and we talked about that, and that was something we approved in 2008, I believe, that is just now being done. So Joel has looked into that, and he's aware of that, and that was something we approved, but it's just taken a while to get to that point. Ms. Morgan, do you have anything else? Okay. Is there a motion to close?
So moved.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
I think we needed a second, didn't we? A second?
Second.
All in favor say aye. Aye. And we are adjourned.